So now we are on page 38, Unit 2, Lesson 2, Jobs and Occupations. So here's some jobs and occupations that you need to know for this unit. Let's take a look at it and listen and repeat.
A cook,
A custodian,
a truck driver,
a waiter,
a waitress,
an accountant,
an auto mechanic,
an engineer,
factory workers,
food service workers,
landscapers,
nurses.
Okay, if you need to practice one more time, just repeat the audio and repeat after each word or expression. Now moving on to exercise B. Here you're going to write the occupation under the pictures. For example, the first one, landscapers. So you're going to find the answers, the occupations here in the box, and put them under each picture. So pause the video and complete the activity. Okay, so here are the answers. Okay. So now let's move on to page 39. On page 39, you're going to use the articles A or N before each occupation. For example, nurse. The first sound of the word nurse is a consonant sound. That's why you use a nurse. All right. So do the same with all the others. Pause the video and we'll see the answers when we get back. Okay. So here we are. Here are the answers. Remember, if you have any questions about the answers, you can always ask me when we are in our live class. Now, exercise B. Identify the occupations that you see in this picture. We're going to see this in our live class. So pause the video, work on this activity, and then we'll check when we are in our live class, okay? Here, you're going to write 3 occupations. Exercise C, you're going to write 3 occupations under each workplace. Add other occupations that you know. For example, factory workers. In an office, an engineer works in an office. Food service workers work in restaurants. So complete these with other occupations. Pause the video, work on these occupations, and I will show you some of the answers when we get back. Now let's move on to page 40. This is an interesting activity. Now, this grammar point here is the simple present. The simple present is something that talks about what you do, where you live, where you work, or what you do, okay? So here's a conversation, very simple conversation about this person in the picture and here are some questions that you might want to ask, then you're going to need this chart here to answer the questions. For example, who is this? Who is this in the picture? Person B says, that's my brother Hugo. Where does he live? He lives in New York City. What does he do? He's an auto mechanic. Where does he work? He works at a gas station. So basically what you have to do is to ask these questions, right? You need to know what that means, what these words, what these questions ask. And the answers for the answers, well, you have this one here, but then the rest is like, what do they do? If you ask where someone lives, you say he lives or she lives, and then you use the S after the verb. He works, okay, at a gas station. So, so basically, yeah, this is the question. Who's this? Where does he or she live? Okay. For a man, you use he. For a woman, you say she. Where does he or she do? Where does he or she work? Okay. Now, for the answers, you use work, for example, or live, like this, base form, for all the persons, except for he, she, or it, that you add s to the verb. You say works, okay? So now let's move on to exercise B. This activity is going to be done in class, but be prepared because you're going to have the same conversation model here, but you're going to use these pictures, okay? So here is Laura, and here's some pictures of her family, okay? So you have her brother, this is her brother, this is her sister-in-law, this is her sister, this is her cousin, this is her father. And that's where they live, what they do, and where they work, okay? So that's their relationship, where they live, what they do, and where they work. So do write a similar answer for each picture. When we are in our live class, we're going to work in groups and practice that conversation, okay? All right. Pause the video, work on the exercise, and when we get back, we're going to move on to page 42. All right, page 42, it's a listening activity. Okay, so these people are having a family reunion. A family reunion is a meeting of many family members once a year, every other year, or every few years, or twice a year, you know, it depends. So this family is at the park, and they're all doing different things. So here is the picture of the family. Now you're gonna listen and you're gonna label the family members. You're gonna write the names of the persons here in these boxes, okay? All right. Let me erase it. Let me erase it and let's do it. Here we go. Okay, I better do this.
Oh, Victoria, this is a great picture. Is this your family?
Yes, it is. It's our family reunion at the park.
Are all of these your children?
Not all of them. These are my daughters, Barbara, Betty, and Benita. This tall man is my son, Bobby.
Where do they live?
I'm lucky. My daughters live here in Massachusetts, but Bobby lives in California with his wife, Julia. She's the woman wearing glasses. They have 2 children, Bobby's holding Erica. She's 4. And the little one is Bobby Jr. He's 2.
They live in California? What does Bobby do?
He's a college professor in Los Angeles. He teaches engineering. Julia is an elementary school teacher.
How about your other children? What do they do?
Well, Barbara is a homemaker. She has twins, Victor and Valerie. They're wearing the same t-shirts. They're 9 years old, and they are in 4th grade.
Oh, I see them here. They're cute.
Thanks. Betty's a doctor, and Benita's a baker. She bakes cakes and cookies for her own bakery.
That's wonderful. And your husband?
That's Frank. He's sitting under the tree.
What does he do?
He's retired.
Well, you have a beautiful family, Victoria.
Thank you. We had a wonderful time.
Okay, so using these names here, you put them in the right label. If you need to listen to it again, please do so. Just a language note here, twins is like 2 siblings born during the same birth. So I'm going to show you the answers right now. So pause the video, listen to it again if you need to, but now we have the answers here. Okay, on page 43, there's more about this picture. You're going to listen and complete the sentences. Here we go.
Oh, Victoria, this is a great picture. Is this your family?
Yes, it is. It's our family reunion at the park.
Are all of these your children?
Not all of them. These are my daughters, Barbara, Betty, and Benita. This tall man is my son, Bobby.
Where do they live?
I'm lucky. My daughters live here in Massachusetts, but Bobby lives in California with his wife, Julia. She's the woman wearing glasses. They have 2 children. Bobby's holding Erica. She's 4. And the little one is Bobby Jr. He's 2.
They live in California? What does Bobby do?
He's a college professor in Los Angeles. He teaches engineering. Julia is an elementary school teacher.
How about your other children? What do they do?
Well, Barbara is a homemaker. She has twins, Victor and Valerie. They're wearing the same t-shirts. They're 9 years old, and they are in 4th grade.
Oh, I see them here. They're cute.
Thanks. Betty's a doctor, and Benita's a baker. She bakes cakes and cookies for her own bakery.
That's wonderful. And your husband?
That's Frank. He's sitting under the tree.
What does he do?
He's retired.
Well, you have a beautiful family, Victoria.
Thank you. We had a wonderful time.
Okay, so play the video again, the audio again, if you want. If you didn't complete everything, pause the video, work on the activity, and now we're going to see the answers in a few seconds. Okay, so here are the answers. Okay. This one is it's Barbara's children are twins, but in the textbook it's just the names, Bobby and Erica. Sorry, I'll show you the answers. Okay, moving on, we have exercise D. You have to match each person with the correct occupation. For example, Julia works in an elementary school. So what does she do? She's a teacher, right? So if you need to listen to it again, go back to a previous activity, play the audio, and then match the occupations with the person. Pause the video, work on it, and we'll see the answers right after the pause. Okay, so here are the answers. Okay, so exercise E. In exercise E, you have to complete the sentences with his, with her, his, or their. Okay. So, okay. So pause the video, and I'll show you the answers when we get back. Here we go. I hope you had them right. Okay. So the next activity is a reading activity. This is basically about 3 different families. They share common things, you know. Others, they're different in some ways. So we're gonna compare. So you're gonna read these about the families. This article about 3 families. Then you're gonna check the correct families or families. For example, there are 2 children in this family. Maybe it's family 1 and family 2. Maybe it's family 1. Maybe it's family 1 and family 3. So it depends. Okay, so read the article, understand it, and do activity B. When we get back, pause the video, work on it, and I'll show you the answers after that. Okay, so here are the answers.